Wow. Wow. 7-0, 7-0. Unbelievable. Right. I don't usually do these reaction videos, but sometimes when something goes so well and you see something and you just think you've got to speak about it, honestly, that was absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Do you know what it is as well? The chances were created. We do that a lot of the games. The key thing today for me was how clinical we were, not just in the finish, but in our movement, our pass decision, our execution of the pass, our movement off the ball. The angles were created. Oh my God, the movement was absolutely sublime. The decision making from every individual on that pitch was outstanding. Outstanding. Honestly, it's not that too dissimilar to what we usually do, but today we looked ultra confident and ultra assured to what we needed to do to win the game and dominate the game and then score goals. Everything came together. And when that happens, that's how devastating we can be. Because believe it or not, all of our players are absolute quality. They're so talented, And there's times when you're watching the games where you're going, it's 1-0, and yeah, it could have been. This is what we expect. Obviously, you're not going to win 7-0 every week, but the performance level, the way in which we decided and dictated, literally, apart from maybe 2 or 3 minutes, we dictated 90 minutes of that 95-minute game, completely and utterly on the ball, and even off the ball, we dictated it for the entire thing. That is truly dominating. That's what that was. Well and truly, in my opinion. And you know what? In terms of the Championship and what we played this season, they're not even a bad side, They're not. They're on a good run going into this. They play some all right. They've got some all right movement. They've got some all right triangles and stuff. They create some all right moves. But we would dominate. I think off the ball as well, something that never really gets spoken about. How many times today did we read a pass and intercept? Almost every move they had ended in us reading the pass. Man to man, that is a level. Criticism this, criticism that. At the end of the day, when I'm watching that game, I remember I did the video on Norwich last season about Farke's Norwich, and I watched one of the games. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was a 7-0, and I'm pretty sure it was against Huddersfield, but I can't remember. But Farke's team did that. And I watched another game where I think they won 3-1. Watched 2 or 3 games where they won 2-0, 3-1, 7-0, something like that. And what they had was complete understanding of each other. Complete and utter understanding of where they need to be, where the move is, how to beat a press, how to advance, where the final third runners should go. To a T. Honestly, it was so good to watch. That team there looked exactly like what the manager wants. That's what he expects from them. You can see him on the sideline. He was happy, and he will be absolutely delighted with that. But that's the expectation I think the manager has. That's what he's wanting them to do every single game. And when it connects and when everyone plays well, that's the result. And when everyone's clinical, that's the result. Honestly, I could talk about individuals, and I'll go into some of them because honestly, it was unbelievable from each individual. Mesley had a moment to save it. Good save. Done his job. Now, fullbacks again, and Junior Firpo is so good to have him back, man. So good to have him back. Unbelievable. What a player. What a player, honestly. He's a joke. He's a joke, isn't he? Just that constant wide threat. How many overlaps did he do today? How many times was he an option in possession? How many good decisions going forward did he make? How many spaces did he find? But what we do so well is a combination. Just a combination play in the final third. The movement, beating their press, the decision making, and fullbacks are key in that. Jayden Bogle again, probably not as loud as he has been in the last few weeks, simply because every other player stepped up to the level that Jayden Bogle's been stepping up to for the last month or 6 weeks, whatever. So he kind of just fit in with everyone today because they're stepping up to what he's been performing at. And the centre-backs dealt with everything they had to. They had moments, they had moments where they had to intervene. Let's not get it twisted. But they dealt with it. They dominated. They read the game extremely well. Tanaka is, on his day, the best player in the league, and it's not even close. He's a joke, him. He completely dominated that game. How many times have I used that word today? He was the man in the middle. He dictated the play. Every time we attacked, every time we had the ball, every 2 or 3 passes went to him. He dictated where we go, what we do with it. Then Rothwell chipped in there and decided when to put the finger on the trigger, and he decided, right, now we're going to go forward. Now we're going to be on the final third. That was Rothwell's role. He broke everything up so well. He read the game really well, did Rothwell. And then when he got the ball, he decided, right, now we'll go quick. He's almost the... Tanaka kind of gives you a foothold in the game. He kind of dictates how we're going to play it, what we're going to do with it. And then Rothwell's kind of the guy that goes, right, I want to go forward now. Now it's time to attack. And that balance worked so well today. And this is the joy of it, the rotation we've got in that in that game. You look at teams against Burnley where we can be really compact and really deep. With Grave in there. Obviously, we've got Ampadu can come in there as well. And then you've got games like this where you know you can be expansive, when you know you can dominate the ball. And that's the result. And that's when you bring in Rothwell and Tanaka, who just dominate a game because they're absolutely brilliant football players. Honestly, what can I say? And then the front four today, that is the level I expect them to be. Like I said, not every week. I'm not deluded. I know it's going to happen, but that's how good they are. That's how good they can be. So when I'm critical of decision making in final third and movement in the final third, playing on the same lines, when I'm critical of it, because that is the outcome. How quick and how intense was our attacking today? The second we beat their press that they did, so much space. Aronson today, for me, best performance of the season. I genuinely thought he was outstanding. I genuinely do. Player who does overthink on the ball. He does have a lot of times in the game where he gives the ball away. He's always got the fundamental side of it, of that role. The off-the-ball stuff, the winning the ball back, the positional stuff, being in the right spaces. And he's got the goals this season. And what he did today, he brought that grit and determination when needed. He was a nightmare for them. He brought that clinical edge. I thought his decision-making was a lot sharper today. I genuinely do think that. I actually thought he looked a lot more confident on the ball. I think he was driving a lot more. Using his body well to win fouls, which I've been asking him to do for years. Just getting his body between the man. That's what I expect from him. And the wingers are Manor Solomon and Dan James. I mean, what do you want me to say about those two guys? This is a statement win, without a doubt. Look, now, and I know this is cliche, but it's so key that you've just got to go build on that. That's both in the next game and in the boardroom. Bring in what the manager wants. Build on that. Build on it. This is not, I know people are going to say now we're going to see that and we don't need players. This is a reason to build on it. And I'm imagining Archer in this team there. I'm imagining it. Build on it, please. Because we have everything we need. All we need now is security. We need one or two more top players to come in there. Because it's going to get tough. Remember, we've had a long time off before this game. It's going to get tough. It's going to get tough. Trust. We've all seen it. It's going to get tough. The last 10 games are going to be brutal. They always are. We need options, please. We need options. Yeah, and so the wingers were just proper good, as usual, to be honest. We know that. I'm not going to talk about them every week. They're absolutely fantastic. Dan James, honestly, when he's on it, which is most weeks, when he's on it, when Solomon's on it, Solomon's probably the most talented winger in the league, in my opinion. But when he's on it, Dan James is by far the most dangerous. By far. Because he is, to a T, direct. He defines the word direct. It is utterly frightening. Honestly, the amount of times he's made that run beyond their high line, by the way, that is risky. But that's the way they play, and fair play to them. They'll win a lot of games, and they have done doing that since the new manager's been in. But not in this one. That shows how quality we are and how deadly we were. And Dan James is everything part of that. I think at 8 or 9, 10 times in that first half, Dan James had just belted it beyond the fullback and said, find me. I love the way we attacked the box today. I love the way we attacked the back line. We used what we have. We used our talent. We used our pace, our power, our 1v1 prowess. We used it. I thought Joel Perreault today was very good. Shaky start. Needed to grow into the game, but grew into the game. And I've said this, and I'll keep saying this. When Joel Perreault plays on 1, 2, 3 at a max touches, he's very good. When you have runners around Joel Perreault, that's the key part. When you have runners around him, he's excellent because he's a smart footballer. He's a smart footballer. He has -10 physicality. Honestly, I don't think he's got a physical bone in his body. He's just too nice. You don't want to fight, tussle or anything. But he's got a brain and a finish. And when you have runners around him, when you have busy runners around him that are making decisive runs, he has the left foot to find you, and he's done that today. It's a key part. That's the part of the team. That's the key part. It's a team game. I keep saying this. If a player isn't perfect for the system, find a way to mould him into it. You have to give him runners. He's good today. He did some things where he's taken 4 or 5 touches and then he's lost it, and then you're thinking, what's he doing? But again, you give him a run, you give him movement, you give him something, he'll find you. He'll give it to you. If you don't, he's in trouble because he's not the type of player who's going to take 2 or 3 on, use his body well to shield the ball. He's not. You've got to give him movement quickly. And again, a player like Cameron Archer, he's absolutely... If he could play with him, trust me, he could play with him. But anyway, the subs as well. I've got to talk about the subs. You know, I've been asking. This is the level. This is the point. I've not been on social media. I'm probably not going to look. I'll look at the Leeds stuff, but this is this expectation I have for our subs. The last few times Ramzami's been on, he's come on that page and he's impacted the game in a good way, and he's done it quickly, and he's done it with passion, and I want to be in that team. He's told the manager, I want to start. Fortunately for him, our front four our wingers are very good. Nonto's been coming on, and I've been saying he's not playing to the level that I expect him to. He hasn't. But today he came on, and within a minute, he drove into the middle of the pitch from wide, and it went on his left, got in the bottom corner. Finally. Good for him. I'm so happy, genuinely. When you saw them celebrations, you knew he needed that. He wanted that. It's clearly affected his confidence. And he's been dropped from the side. He's a young man. There's a lot going on. But what you need when you come on that pitch is to play well. Enjoy yourself. It's the main part of football. I think he lost that enjoyment. No, I remember when he first came and he was always happy and smiling. He's looked a little serious recently. You just got to play with fun, enjoy it. Ronaldinho, one of my favourite players. You know why? He just played with a smile on his face. He just loved playing football. Nonto looked happy today when he scored that goal. That meant a lot to him. I'm so happy for him. I genuinely am. And that's the impact. And that's what he needs to do. Fortunately, the other wingers were very good. In fact, the whole front four was good. So he's just got to keep doing that. But that's competition. And that's what we need. And that's the key part. You know, so Nonto, big shout out to Nonto. Big shout out to Nonto. And then the other guys, Matteo came on and got his goal. And again, another player I'm so happy for. Again, the impact. That's what I'm asking for from the subs. People saying, you need a certain amount of time to score a goal or impact the game. You don't. You need 10 seconds. What's your first touch going to be? You know, Nonto, look at his first action. He scores a goal. Good players who really want to play and really want to start, come onto the pitch, whether it's 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 3 minutes, and they'll do everything in their little time they've got to impact the game. Matteo Joseph, thought it was good when he came on. But that finish, simple. Gets into the box, finds a space at the back post, finishes it. Impact. That's what I'm asking for. That's all I ask. I'm asking for impact. You know? Now, the important thing now, shout out to all the subs. Ramazami as well did his thing when he came on as usual. Class. What I'm asking for now is make that really mean something in the long term. That could be a huge moment for Leeds, but you can also get carried away with it. And that does happen. I've seen it. Teams have been part of it. I've seen it. You go back-to-back wins and then you play someone that's a little better than you and you're not quite on it, and then you lose hope and faith a little bit. Big wins like this, you've got to stay calm, you've got to stay humble. We have the best manager to do that. He will make sure they're humble. But you have to tap into why you won that. 7-0. What made that happen? And you have to focus on that and really drill down into that. Because the way we played was excellent. You've got to know you're playing against Sheffield United, Coventry coming up. That's hard. It's going to be different games. You know, not always at Elland Road. This is where this comes in now. They know the talent. They know how talented they are. They literally showed that. Now it's this. It's all about this now. That's the talent that we've just seen. Now it's about the brain. You don't always have to play that well, but you've got to play with this. You've got to play with this. You've got to do what the manager wants. And that's the result. Very happy. Let's capitalise on that now. Because there's some big games coming up, and we're not going to have a week for each one. Midweek games are coming back. Very happy. Great day. Great day. But yeah, shout out to everyone. Shout out to everyone who supports. You're all legends. Extremely busy, I can't lie, for the last month. So thank you so much for the support. I've been just trying to get these videos out whenever I can. I know I've been off the comments and stuff. Honestly, I upload it, and then I'm working, I'm busy. So I appreciate everyone so much. You're all absolute legends. I do appreciate it. Thank you. See you guys in a bit. Bye.